Hi, I'm Zetta Thomelin. I'm here today with Sheila Terry-Bailey. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Um, Sheila and I worked together some years ago, and we're just going to talk a little today about her journey into recovery and triumph over some really challenging times. Sheila is without doubt one of the most inspiring women I have ever met in professionally, personally. An incredible story, and that's why I guess I wanted to share that story. So, Sheila, we first met sometime after you'd been contacted by Operation Newtree in relation to the Jimmy Savile inquiry, which must have opened up for you wounds that you'd really kind of tried to push down, I would imagine. Is that the case? What happened in that moment?
That's a bit of an understatement.
Yeah,
It was definitely like opening up wounds that I'd never spoke about,
yeah.
never mentioned to anybody. I mean, I was 55 years old when I got the letter,
Gosh,
so I'd kept everything inside of me, and it was just I used to call it a can of snakes
gosh,
because
yeah.
it wasn't a can of worms.
Oh my
And
goodness, yeah,
it went crazy because of the reports I gave to the police. I ended up doing three different county police interviews:
yeah,
Surrey, Hampshire, and London. Um, yeah, it just went crazy. And I can remember first of all when I got the letter from the police. And I was shaking so much when I read it. I can remember the
yeah.
time where I
Gosh,
was,
yeah, yeah,
everything.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
such a moment. And I can remember when I did actually read the letter a little while later, because I couldn't read it first of all of it. And I can remember thinking, if that was my children, what would I do?
yeah, yeah.
And that's what made me contact the police and then open up this can of snakes.
Isn't it interesting how we can fight for someone else in a way we can't fight for ourselves often, and particularly in situations like that, I think.
Yeah.
If it's happening to someone else, you think, "Oh," but when it's you, it's so much harder. I think when I think about people like Jimmy Savile, it's like they do this thing of trying to make you feel special, and then they exploit it. And then that leaves you with really complex feelings, doesn't it? And I think that happens. It doesn't matter if the person's famous or not famous. It's how
Yeah.
those kind of predators operate, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and that's what he did with me when
Yeah,
he came to Duncroft. I was like the special one first of
yeah,
all,
yeah,
being taken to the Clunk Click shows at the
yeah,
BBC
yeah,
and things, and then all of a sudden it stopped for some reason.
yeah,
Don't know why, and I just broke.
mm,
I started running away. I didn't
yeah,
want to be there anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
It's and of course this start in life with that awful experience with him led to a really tough experiences for you. I think, early experiences like that influence life. You had tough times, you had further assaults, experience with drugs, and ultimately a short spell in prison. I mean, what incredible tough times. But I actually want to focus on the triumph over that because you've come through all that
Mm.
to be somebody else. You've fought back. You weren't going to be defined by it. You're a mother to lovely daughters, grandchildren with whom you've got a great bond. So, what was the turning point for you when things were really tough? When did that turn around for you?
Again, it was getting that letter
Yeah,
because I'd done so much prior to that. I always sort of knew. I didn't know there was something different or wrong with me. Um, and then getting that letter, and it's like I just said about my
yeah. So
children.
it was about that was the catalyst. So you'd had
That,
some kind of support therapy before around things, but this was the
oh
point at
goodness,
which
yeah,
life kind of really changed direction for you.
Yes,
Yeah,
big time.
yeah,
Big time. It was I don't know, my head, the only way I could explain my head was like you say you get two voices in your head.
yeah,
I must have had like thousands of voices in my
yeah,
head with all these thoughts and feelings that were coming back to me because I knew what I was going to have to do. After doing some of the interviews with the police as well and opening up
yeah.
completely, I'd never done that to anybody.
That must have
Never
been
done that.
so scary, really. And what courage, you know.
I don't know how I got through it. I think in hindsight now, looking back on it, I wasn't aware of my emotions
Yeah,
as
yeah.
much as I am now.
Yeah.
So I can remember being able to go into like
We do
block
total
mode.
dissociation. Yeah. I mean, it's classic with people with trauma to dissociate, you distance from emotion. I remember when we were working together, you were saying you wanted to be able to cry. And
My
now
goodness.
now you
Yeah.
can, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
because of that process, that emotional, allowing the emotion through. I guess it's too scary, isn't it? It's like a fear that the dam might break and you might not stop, I guess. When we worked together, I remember a key moment for me was I sat down and I wrote a story about you, focusing on all the amazing things I had learnt about you. So that you'd become you'd worked in with addicts, trying to help them recover. You'd done some training to help addicts. You were going into a homeless shelter on Christmas Day and cooking food. You were doing all these things. You'd fought to keep your kids at really difficult times in your life and to be a good mum to them. And I remember thinking that you'd given back to a society in a positive way that I felt had not been there for you, certainly. And you'd done this with incredible courage. I was very struck with your courage. So I wrote this piece about you. It's about 3,000 words or something. And then you sat back with your eyes closed, and I read it out to you, but I wrote it in the third person. I want to tell you about a woman I know. This woman's incredible. She did this and she did that. I want to tell you about this woman I know. And I will never forget the moment when you opened your eyes and you went, oh my goodness, that's me. Because when we're in our heads, we see all the suffering, the difficulty, and what we've got wrong. It's kind of this negative bias. And I wanted you to see the woman that I saw, who was this courageous, strong, incredible woman who had come through really tough challenges to live an amazing life and bring up kids and have grandkids and have relationships with them. And I remember, wanting to give that to you, and your response to that was really heartwarming to me. Did you remember that moment?
I do.
Yeah, yeah,
I do. It was a shock.
yeah.
It
Uh,
was a shock. Do you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, seeing me in a different, completely different light to what I'd always seen myself.
it's
So,
something that I think really helps us sometimes to step out and look in, and see
mhm.
someone else sees something very different to what we think we see. And I remember you asked me for a copy of it to give to your kids to help them to see you other than just mum, you know. And
It's
I
in my
think
book,
that's that.
Zetta.
Oh, is it?
Sorry.
I didn't know that. Okay, well, you're
Yeah, it's in my
oh,
book.
that's so what's really exciting is this moment with your kids as well, where they start to see you as more than just mum, because I think that's a really important moment, especially when someone's struggled. So this leads us to now, really, which I remember you said to me you'd been approached by a podcaster to do a podcast, and I thought, wow, this is your moment to have your say out there publicly. And it's a way of getting your power back, isn't it? To tell your story, to have your say. But I was also scared too, because I thought, oh gosh, I want them to treat her right. I want it to go okay. You did it. It was a huge success. How did that feel?
Mhm. Again, when I done the podcast, because I had the message for a couple of months before I answered
Yeah,
Sean, because I was like, oh my God, who is this? What is this? Is it a
yeah,
scam or
yeah, yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, and I answered him, and I never met him before I did the podcast.
Yeah.
Came in, he had a little chat to me, and he was so good. He was so good.
It
It
was so
was
sensitively handled. I mean, obviously, I saw it afterwards, and I thought that that's been, yeah, he got it right, didn't he? How many views
he
has
was
it had now? How many views has it had now? Thousands and thousands.
96,500.
That's incredible. That
Isn't
isn't that,
it?
yeah.
It's 2.5 hours long, for God's sake.
And so that is, you're in a way, you're a voice for the other people who haven't spoken out, aren't you?
Yeah,
Or haven't been able to. Maybe they're still not alive, sadly, to speak out. Um, but you're a voice for them too, aren't you, as well as you?
yeah, definitely, definitely. And I've had quite a lot of people message me and things saying I've helped them
Yeah.
with my story. It's helped them open up. I've had some lovely feedback from people, and and I've been recognised 3 times for
Oh
it.
gosh, that's amazing. So a celebrity now.
I know.
I I think that that's the thing, isn't it? It's about how if you tell your story, it helps someone else who hasn't been able to tell theirs,
Yeah,
and they feel understood in a way. You're giving them a voice, but also when they hear what's happened to you, it just makes them feel not alone, perhaps, I think. So this
definitely.
went on. Now, when we were working together, you were already writing your book.
Mhm.
But then after the podcast, that's when it really came to fruition, and um, it you finally were able to have yours say in the full way, surviving Savile. You've got it out there now. It anyone anyone in the world can read your story now,
Okay,
and hopefully be really inspired by that. Because I think, knowing you as I do, that you're a beacon of hope to anyone who's had struggles, who's experienced abuse or drug issues or any of those things. You give hope that there's life after that.
mhm.
And you've got this incredible family relationship with your grandchildren. I mean,
Love it.
yeah. Uh,
I-
so how's that been to get the book out? Kind of, it's like the next stage on from the podcast, isn't it?
Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't know it happened. Sean had messaged me, but I'd not seen the email.
Mm.
I was down at my fish pond, and Victoria rang me, and she went, "Have you read your email?" And I was like, "No." And she said, "The book's out," and there's me down the bottom of the garden by my fish pond, like, way. um, it's surreal. I'm still pinching myself,
Mm.
because all my life I've wrote little
Yeah,
snippets,
yeah.
stopped, little snippets. My daughter's always said to me, "You should write a book."
Mm.
And now it's done and it's out there and anybody can read it, and fingers crossed it helps,
Oh,
really.
I mean, I don't think anyone could read your story and not be firstly very moved and secondly be inspired. So what do you feel maybe are the biggest changes in you over this period of time where you've kind of got your life to where you want it to be?
Let it all out.
Yeah,
that, that's where it's, yeah, since October
yeah,
2013,
yeah.
just letting it all out, talking about it, um, continuously. And I
Mm,
feel the only way I can explain this is I feel like somebody's gone in through my throat, into my stomach, and took this great big heavy weight
mm,
out.
mm.
I feel lighter.
Do you, because I know you had a lot of health problems over the years. Do you feel
Mm.
physically a bit better?
Yes,
Because I think it
yes,
weighs you down, doesn't it? That, yeah,
definitely the mental side of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I've certainly realized that when things were bad,
Mm,
just with issues in life and things,
mm,
the mental side of it, it
yeah,
really affects my body.
yeah, yeah. I think
So,
we can underestimate that mind-body connection.
oh, big time.
It's like I think it's something like 25% of people with trauma have kind of medically undiagnosed symptoms, pain and stuff, things that they can't explain. And about 50% of people with trauma, life trauma, have pain of some sort. So there's
Hmm.
obviously, if I think, I guess, as we're saying, if you don't give a voice to it, it's going to find a way to express your distress, isn't it?
Yeah,
In a way.
yeah, yeah. Because this morning, because I was a bit anxious about doing this, because
Yeah,
I can feel now my
yeah,
feelings are where they should
yeah,
be.
yeah,
The back of my neck, I get it
yeah,
in
yeah.
the back,
So
the
you're
top of
it's
my neck.
expressing your discomfort. I
Hmm.
guess then the biggest thing we can draw from this is that secrecy doesn't help. Bottling things up doesn't help.
No.
And wherever you want to take that, and I think to when it's such a public figure as Savile, to get the recognition that you suffered and that you survived is really important, isn't it? Because those public figures, and I mean, it's happening, gosh, so now, often now, isn't it? We're hearing about yet another, yet another, yet another. It's been ever since that whole U tree thing, it's just been a constant shock of new revelations.
Hmm.
And hopefully, this means young women and girls today are safer because of
Amen.
the battles that people like you, Sheila, have undertaken.
But and men as
And
well.
men too. Yes, I'm
Men in
really
there.
sorry. I should have said
No,
men.
no,
You're
no.
right. It's
I'm
men
just
too.
thinking
Yeah,
about like the Savile ones and
yeah,
men
yeah,
as well. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? It's
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah. Really,
yeah.
gosh. Well, what a journey and what a triumph. And I'm hoping lots of people read your book to really understand the depth of the journey you've gone on. Didn't want to get into too much detail about that today because I want to talk about your triumph. I want to talk about your how incredible this journey has been for you.
Mm.
But it's been a tough one, and I would, never underestimate what a tough journey that's been.
And can I just say as well, all this, I mean, I had lots of psychotherapy, CBT, counseling, all sorts over the years. But when I came to you and I had the NLP hypnotherapy,
Mm.
that's when it started to change up here as well.
Oh, thank you,
So
Sheila. You didn't have to say that, but thank you. I'm glad
I
it helped.
wanted
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah,
just to let people know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it really, but I mean, but you did the work. I can just point the way you did the work, and I mean, you're just a shining beacon of hope, to anyone, I think. And I'm glad we stayed in touch. Every now and again,
Am
you'll send
I?
me a little email and tell me how
Yeah.
you are. And I love that because when you work with someone therapeutically, they go off, they live their life, and you never hear how the story develops and changes and goes on, and you've kept in touch, and that's been lovely. And now I obviously it's so much in the public domain. I see things
So
about you
you
all the time. It's like, oh,
you
I
can,
know her. I know that
yeah.
celebrity, that Sheila. Yeah.
That's what my window cleaner said. He said, I'm going to buy a book, get you to sign it and say,
Yeah,
look, I know this famous
yeah,
lady.
yeah, yeah.
Can I show my book
Yes,
or is
please
that
do. Yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. And that's you there.
that's me on the
Gosh.
front there.
Yeah,
That was actually at Duncroft. It's
yeah,
Duncroft
yeah,
in the background. And I
yeah.
think you can just about see his yellow Rolls Royce down
Yeah, which was
behind us.
what he did. He'd pick people up in the roller to make them feel part of this, making people feel special,
It's
isn't it?
all part of his persona, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
he was
I
very clever,
Yeah, it was
very
such a
clever.
shock, I think, I mean, obviously, I didn't know anything about the abuse until all that came out. And I used to watch Jim Will Fix It for me. I remember writing a letter for him to, I don't know, it was some celebrity I wanted to meet. And luckily, I didn't get picked. I mean, I thought, oh, what a shame I didn't get picked. And I think
Mm,
now I was one of the lucky ones, you know.
yeah. And that's
Um,
why we thought it was so fantastic.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, we
yeah,
was like these girls in this home,
yeah, yeah.
great big star coming,
And that's
wonderful.
it. They're targeting people who need attention, who are feeling vulnerable, who are not getting, not in a kind of loving family setting. So the
Yeah,
people most vulnerable to target. I mean, and that's the most disgusting thing about it, isn't
yeah.
it? That to hone in on the people you know are going to be the most vulnerable and in need of affection and made to feel special. And
Mm,
it's just, yeah, it's shocking. And
yeah.
and and shocking that. it still goes on today, sadly. But I
Yeah.
think people are more wise. The more publicity we can give to these people, exposing their behaviors, I think the more young women and young boys can be more aware and protect themselves a little bit more. And hopefully one day this won't be a story we need to talk about anymore.
Oh, hopefully.
I hope so.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you, Sheila, for talking to me today. And I'm just thrilled about how things are for you and with the family and everything. So yeah, thank you.
Great. I'm grateful to you. So thank you
Oh,
very much.